Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of the show. It is The Arena and I'm Samson Oloyede. I'm not doing this alone. I've got Akim Olayiwaju who joins me via the phone. I won't be talking about football and so many other things together on the show this afternoon. Akim, good afternoon. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon, sir. It's nice to be here today. Thank you.
Thanks for joining me, although, I would have preferred if you're in the studio, but thanks for the sacrifice either way.
Wow, thank you. Thank you.
Let's start with, with football. We have the Flying Eagles, known as the Under-20, participating at the Under-20 Waffle Cup, which is, sort of a preliminary round in terms of getting those who play at the Under-20 African Cup of Nations. The Flying Eagles, I beg your pardon, were in action yesterday against Burkina Faso, the second match of the group, and ended 2-2. What do you make of their performance?
The performance is completely average.
Okay.
They won their first match against Ghana 2-0,
yes, 2-0.
and drew 2-2 against Burkina Faso. Even though I was so surprised that they were able to concede 2 goals just like that in a single match, which is not really expected at that level. But all in all, even for the fact that they only prepare for 3 weeks before the tournament begins.
Yes.
But kudos to the coach that he has really done a very great job to get the results for the Flying Eagles.
Talking about, did I butt in? You're about saying something?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Talking about the Flying Eagles, the match itself, there was a bit of scare. We went a goal up, we got pegged back. We had another goal again. Ibrahim Mohamed scoring in 24th minute and Ibrahim Yahaya scoring in 73rd minute before we got pegged back. Twice we got pegged back. But the scare was actually from, the player Ahmed Abdullahi, who got punched in the head by the Burkina Faso goalkeeper, and he had to be taken to the hospital. The good news is the scan results are out, and he's fine and in good condition and will be released in a matter of days. So for the Flying Eagles, do you think that into the semi-finals, by the way, do you think they can get to the finals? Because a final appearance at this competition will get them the African Cup of Nations ticket.
Well, I'm sure that the players, they have a vision for actually going to that particular tournament, and they have probably done the job halfway. So I hope the next game, once they win their next match, which is the semi-final match, definitely they are through to the main tournament. So I so much believe they still have business to actually complete in their next game, and I believe they will not stop at this level. So much is actually expected of them, even though at the beginning of the tournament I'm scared that they were not scoring goals in all their friendly matches. But thank God the tournament begins and they started firing on all cylinders. But all in all, I believe they would definitely get the ticket for the African Cup of
Nations. Okay. Let's move away from there now and delve into European football. You had Premier League action last night. Let's start from Chelsea. I think that's where we have to start from. Leeds United at home against Chelsea. For Leeds United battling relegation, Chelsea, it's all about consolidating that third spot. 3-0 that ended Lukaku getting on the score sheet after being frozen out of the starting 11 for quite some time. What do you make of Chelsea's performance?
Well, their performance is remarkable, and I watched the highlight of the match of that yesterday, and I could see that they performed excellently against a team that is actually preparing for the relegation, but relegation already. But all in all, and thanks to Romelu Lukaku as well, who I think the last match also he had 2 goals as well. So, and this particular game is called one more goal. It shows his consistency in front and his composure, and he's a thorough professional. And I hope he will stay in Chelsea for next season.
Okay, I mean, staying at Chelsea is a different thing. Remember, I started the season quite well, but had to battle with the fallout from that infamous interview where he talked about issues of trust among others in the team. And ever since then, he has just struggled to cement a place on the starting 11, especially when you consider the heroics of Kai Havertz. But Let's move away from there and talk about Manchester City. The defending champions were in action yesterday night, and what a performance it was from Kevin De Bruyne. Within 23 minutes, hat-trick against Wolverhampton Wanderers at the Molineux. You expected it to be more competitive. What went wrong for Wolves?
I think some of their key players, some of the key players of Wolves were not playing. Semedo is not playing, and one other player who actually they are key player for them, and that alone has depleted their first team list. And Wolves are, though they are not in the relegation battle, but Man City, now that they have competition against Liverpool, winning the title, which they are also in the title race as well. So, but all in all, I believe Liverpool should forget for this season because Man City are not ready to give up on the title race.
Yes, it must be said that, I mean, considering the Premier League makes use of the goal difference policy first before the head-to-head rule, you'll have to understand that even if City loses, they're still in control because they have a better goal advantage than Liverpool.
Yes. And at the end, the goal advantage, the goal difference also will definitely be against Liverpool.
Yes. Okay. So there you have it. 2 games more in the English Premier League, and it's City who are controlling their own destiny in terms of calling the shots about a successful title defense. 3 points and over 5 goals more than Liverpool when it comes to the title race. With 2 games left, it's all about City's title to lose. Let's see how that pans out. In Italy, we had another match, but that had to do with the Coppa Italia final between Juventus, the old ladies, as well as Inter Milan. And what a match it was, a 4-goal thriller. Talking about regulation time, went into extra time before 2 other goals were added. 4-2 on aggregate, 4-2 overall rather. Inter Milan emerged winners. Well deserved, you say?
Well, the well-deserved cup for the Inter Milan, coupled with the fact that they are not sure what will happen in the league. Probably maybe the AC Milan will still go. They only have two
matches left. Yeah.
Difference to AC Milan, and the sorry case for the team of Allegri, the Juventus, for them not to have won Coppa Italia. So, but all in all, at least the Inter Milan, they know that there is something already in the cupboard for them. At least they won a cup for this season, and hopefully they can develop on that probably next season during the Champions League. And definitely, probably they will fight properly for the league, for the title, definitely.
But
all in all, it was a very good game, coupled with the performance of this great Croatian player,
Perisic.
And I was really impressed with his performance yesterday. And I say congratulations to them.
How far off are Juventus at this point in time? You would expect them to, compete favorably for the league title. I mean, they finished a dismal 4th, considering how strong they are in terms of squad depth, among others. In the Champions League, it was the round of 16. They crashed out to, Villarreal. So how far off have they fallen off? Meanwhile, Paulo Dybala, who is quite an influential player within the team, is leaving at the end of the season. What's the rebuilding process at, the Turin Stadium like?
Personally, I think the rebuilding process is to reduce the team generally and to get new quality player in order to develop the ones they have. Because you can see for the past 2 seasons now, they've been trying as much as possible to actually win the title. Aside the time when Pogba was there, when they win
Adripello and the likes.
It's been really difficult for them to actually step up their game to win the Scudetto. But all in all, I see that they are still a very prominent team in Europe, and I hope next season they will come out really good.
Okay, talking about Juventus, they're struggling. They would decide, I'm sure by the summer, they would decide to reinforce the team, and you would probably have more players leaving and new faces coming in. For Inter Milan, it's their first Coppa Italia title since 2011. Yes, 11 years. That's the span it took them. They still have a chance to do the double-double, as we call it, talking about, winning the Italian Serie A, though they're 2 points behind city rivals AC Milan with just 2 matches left to play. So their destiny aren't in their hands. Tottenham Hotspur at home against Arsenal. It's everything on the line. No team wants to lose this. Unfortunately, you can only have one winner, not two. UEFA Champions League football is at stake for both Tottenham Hotspur as well as Arsenal. What are you expecting tonight?
Well, I'm expecting a tough game. Just like I predicted their last match, and if Arsenal has to be fair,
yeah,
I know Arsenal will go all out to actually get the 3 points. But I see this game to be a draw.
Okay.
It's going to be a very tough match. You can see the last match again, the Tottenham match against Liverpool. The last one,
yes.
They almost take that 3 points away. But thanks to the Liverpool player that actually comes to the rescue.
Yep.
But the match is going to be a very tough game. The match is it's not going to be a one-way affair. Okay. If Arsenal is thinking that probably maybe it should just be a stroll in the park, I forget it. The match is going to be a very tough game. I know Coach Antonio Conte has actually talked to his boys, and it's going to be a very, very tough match. A very, very tough match.
Okay.
But the new development about the new contract given to Arteta spoiled the players to actually do more. But all in all, it's not going to be a one-way traffic. It's going to be a very, very tough match.
Okay, let's hope that the referee is not the man at the center of attention, but rather the football on display will be the talking point at the end of 90 minutes. It's Tottenham Hotspur at the new White Hart Lane Stadium against Arsenal, with the UEFA Champions League football for next season on the line for both teams. It's time to take some business news. Let's start from the world of football. Paris Saint-Germain superstar Lionel Messi topped the list for pre-tax income in Forbes' annual rankings of the world's highest-paid athletes after earning $133 million over the past 12 months. The 34-year-old football icon lost roughly $22 million in salary from his final season with Barcelona, but he still makes roughly $75 million with Paris Saint-Germain and saw a significant increase in endorsements that matched his 12-month record from last year's study. Los Angeles Lakers forward LeBron James came in second at $121.2 million, beating his own previous record for an NBA player, which stood at $96.5 million. He is the 10th athlete and the first NBA player to surpass $100 million. Messi's rival Cristiano Ronaldo comes in third at $115 million on the list in the year that saw him return to Manchester United from Juventus and earns $60 million in salary. Ronaldo made an additional $55 million in endorsements and other off-field investments. The 10 highest-paid athletes earned $992 million over the past year, a 6% decrease from 2021. And still talking business news in the world of football, Spanish football top-flight league La Liga has revealed its clubs raked in total revenues of €3.82 billion for the 2020-2021 season, a decrease of 24.1% compared to the 2019-2020 campaign. The biggest contributors to a decline were a significant reduction in matchday revenue and player transfer fees, which fell 53% and 52% year-over-year respectively due to the impact of COVID-19. Net losses for La Liga as a whole amounted to €892 million, which is 60% of which was incurred by a single club. Although La Liga did not specify which team, Barcelona revealed a loss of €481 million after tax for 2020-2021. Factoring in player transfer revenues, total revenue erosion in European football over the last two campaigns amounts to more than €10 billion. La Liga is expecting revenue to once again surpass €4 billion, as well as a forecasted increase of more than 180% in earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization.